The screenshot. Maya's phone vibrated on her desk at 11:47 p.m. She was still at the office, finishing the quarterly report that was due tomorrow. The text was from an unknown number. Thought you should know what your boyfriend's really up to. Below it, a screenshot. Her boyfriend Ryan, laughing in a dimly lit bar, his arm around a stunning brunette. The woman's hand rested on his chest. Intimate. Familiar. Maya's stomach dropped. She zoomed in, searching for any explanation that would make this okay. The timestamp showed tonight, just 3 hours ago. Ryan had texted her at 8 p.m., saying he was going to the gym, then crashing early because of a morning meeting. Her hands shook as she typed back, "Who is this?" 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then nothing. She stared at the photo until her vision blurred. 5 years. They'd been together for 5 years. They'd just signed a lease on a new apartment in Brooklyn last month. She'd been mentally shopping for engagement rings, convinced he'd propose by Christmas. Maya grabbed her coat and left the office without shutting down her computer. Ryan's apartment was dark except for the blue glow of the TV through the window. Maya used her key, her heart pounding so hard she could hear it in her ears. He was on the couch in sweatpants, watching ESPN, a beer in hand. He looked up, surprised. "Hey babe, what are you doing here?" He saw her face. "What's wrong?" Maya held up her phone, the screenshot filling the screen. The color drained from Ryan's face. Not confusion, not indignation, just pure, guilty panic. "Maya, I can explain. Don't, just don't." Her voice came out steadier than she felt. "It's not what it looks like. She's a colleague. It was a work thing that turned into drinks. I swear nothing happened." "Sarah." Maya's laugh was bitter. "She has a name. And you never mentioned drinks with Sarah when you texted me about the gym." Ryan stood up, hands raised like he was approaching a wild animal. "I didn't mention it because I knew you'd overreact exactly like this. We work together. It's innocent." "Innocent?" Maya's voice rose. "Your hand is on her waist, Ryan. Her hand is on your chest. That's not a team-building exercise. Nothing happened. We just talked. And yeah, maybe the photo looks bad, but I can explain." "Who sent this to me?" Maya demanded. "Who else knows about your innocent drinks with Sarah?" Ryan's jaw clenched. "I don't know. Probably someone from the office trying to stir up drama." The explanation was too smooth, too prepared. Maya felt something crack inside her chest. "Get out," she whispered. "What?" "Get out. This is my apartment now. I'll sleep here tonight. You can get your things tomorrow when I'm at work." "Maya, please? Get out." The neighbors probably heard. She didn't care. Ryan grabbed his keys and wallet, lingering at the door like he wanted to say something else. But Maya had already turned her back on him. When the door clicked shut, she collapsed on the couch where he'd been sitting, and finally let herself cry. "I'm going to kill him," Jenna announced, setting down a bottle of wine and 2 pints of ice cream on Maya's coffee table the next evening. "Seriously, I know a guy. Well, I don't actually know a guy, but I could find a guy." Despite everything, Maya smiled. Jenna had been her best friend since college, and she'd never liked Ryan. "You told me so" would be justified, but Jenna hadn't said it. Yet. "I just don't understand," Maya said, hugging a pillow to her chest. 5 years, Jen. 5 years, and he throws it away for what? Some random coworker? Jenna poured wine into 2 mugs. Maya hadn't unpacked the wine glasses yet. "He's an idiot. But also, can I say something you might not want to hear?" Maya braced herself. "Go ahead." "You've been distant lately. Crazy work hours, always stressed. I'm not saying he was right to do whatever he did, but maybe he was feeling neglected?" "So it's my fault?" "No, God no. I'm saying he should have communicated like an adult instead of whatever this is. But Maya, when's the last time you two actually spent quality time together?" Maya opened her mouth to argue, then closed it. Last week? Last month? She genuinely couldn't remember. Between her promotion and the new apartment and planning for Q4, everything had become a blur of meetings and deadlines and exhaustion. "That doesn't excuse lying," Maya said quietly. "No, it doesn't. Nothing excuses that." Maya's phone buzzed, a text from Ryan. "Can we please talk? I miss you." She showed Jenna, who made a gagging sound. "Don't respond. Let him sweat." But Maya's thumb hovered over the keyboard. Part of her wanted to hear him out, wanted there to be some explanation, that would make this all make sense. The other part wanted to block his number and never look back. She locked her phone and reached for the wine. 3 days later, Maya was in a meeting when her phone lit up with a call from an unknown number. Normally, she'd ignore it, but something made her excuse herself and answer. Maya Patel? A woman's voice, professional but warm. Yes? This is Sarah Chen. I think we need to talk. Maya's blood ran cold. I have nothing to say to you. Please just give me 5 minutes. There's something you need to know about that photo. Can you meet me for coffee? Today? Every instinct screamed not to go, but curiosity won. Fine. Where? They met at a neutral Starbucks in Midtown. Sarah was even more beautiful in person. Elegant, put together, the kind of woman who probably never had mascara smudge or forgot to eat lunch. Maya felt underdressed in her work blazer and jeans. Sarah got straight to the point. I didn't know Ryan had a girlfriend until 2 days ago. He told me he was single. The words hit like a physical blow. Maya gripped her coffee cup to keep her hands from shaking. We've been seeing each other for 6 weeks, Sarah continued, her voice thick with emotion. I found out about you when I saw his Instagram. He'd always said he didn't use social media, but I got suspicious and searched. Your photos are all over his page. Anniversary posts, vacation shots, 5 years together. Maya couldn't breathe. 6 weeks. While she'd been working late, planning their future, excited about their new apartment, Ryan had been building a whole separate relationship. I'm so sorry, Sarah said, and she looked it. Her eyes were red, hands trembling. I broke it off immediately, but I thought you deserved to know the truth. Not just about that one night, but all of it. Did you send me that screenshot? Maya asked. Sarah shook her head. No, but I have a guess who did. Ryan's roommate from college, Derek. He saw us together once and confronted Ryan about it. They had a huge fight. Derek. Maya had met him a few times. Intense guy, always a little too interested in other people's business. Why would he care? Because Sarah looked down at her coffee. Derek's been in love with you for years. Ryan told me during one of our conversations. He joked about how Derek always looked at you differently, how it used to make him jealous. The world tilted sideways. Derek. Quiet, awkward Derek who always asked how she was doing, who'd helped them move last month, who'd sent her a text after the photo. You okay? Here if you need anything. This is insane, Maya whispered. I know, I'm sorry for my part in it. I was lied to, but that doesn't change the fact that I hurt you. Sarah stood up. I just wanted you to have all the information. You deserve better than Ryan. We both do. After Sarah left, Maya sat in that Starbucks for an hour, watching people live their normal lives, wondering how her own had become a soap opera. Ryan had been texting non-stop. Calls, voicemails, even flowers delivered to her office. Maya had ignored all of it while she processed everything Sarah had told her. Finally, she agreed to meet him. Not at the apartment. Neutral ground. The park where they'd had their first date 5 years ago. He looked terrible. Unshaven, circles under his eyes, wrinkled shirt. Part of her felt satisfied. Most of her just felt tired. Thank you for coming, he started. Maya, I'm so sorry. I made a horrible mistake. 6 weeks, Maya interrupted. You dated her for 6 weeks. That's not a mistake, Ryan. That's a choice. Multiple choices. He flinched. I was confused. Work was stressful, and we barely saw each other anymore. And Sarah was just there. It didn't mean anything. It meant something to her. And it should have meant something to you, that you had a girlfriend waiting at home. I know. You're right. But Maya, we can fix this. 5 years is worth fighting for. I love you. Maya looked at him, really looked at him. The man she'd imagined marrying, growing old with, building a life with. And she realized something that had been building for months, maybe longer. I don't think you do, she said softly. Love me, I mean. I think you love the idea of us, the comfort of a long-term relationship. But Ryan, we've been going through the motions for a year now, maybe longer. That's not true. When's the last time we had a real conversation, not about bills or logistics, but about dreams, feelings, life? When's the last time you asked about my day and actually listened? Ryan's mouth opened and closed. He had no answer. Sarah told me everything, Maya continued. And honestly, I'm not even surprised. We've been falling apart in slow motion, and neither of us wanted to admit it. So you're just giving up? Just like that? No, Maya said. I'm choosing myself. For the first time in a long time, I'm choosing what I need instead of trying to fix something that's already broken. Tears streamed down Ryan's face. I can change. I can be better. Maybe you can, but not for me. Not anymore. She stood up, and it felt like shedding a heavy coat she'd been wearing for years. Lighter, freer. Goodbye, Ryan. She walked away without looking back. 2 months later, Maya was thriving. The promotion had come through. Her new apartment, now hers alone, was exactly the sanctuary she needed. And she'd started running in the mornings, something she'd always wanted to do, but never had time for. Jenna convinced her to try a pottery class. It's therapeutic, she insisted. Plus, you might meet someone. I'm not looking to meet someone, Maya protested, but she went anyway. The studio was peaceful, filled with the smell of clay and the quiet focus of people creating. Maya lost herself in the rhythm of shaping the wheel, finally understanding what therapeutic meant. First time? A voice asked. She looked up to find a man about her age, clay-stained apron, kind eyes, genuine smile. Not polished like Ryan, more real. That obvious? She asked. You're doing great. I'm Marcus. I volunteer here on weekends. They talked while they worked, about art, about the city, about nothing and everything. It was easy, natural. When the class ended, Maya realized she'd been smiling the whole time. Hey, Marcus said as they cleaned up. There's this great Thai place around the corner. Would you maybe want to grab dinner? As friends, he added quickly. No pressure. Maya thought about it. 6 months ago she would have said she was taken. 2 months ago she would have said it was too soon. But now, I'd like that, she said. Walking out into the cool evening air, Maya pulled out her phone and saw a text from Derek. Hey, I heard you and Ryan split. Just wanted to check in. Coffee sometime? She deleted it without responding. Whatever Derek's intentions had been, protective or possessive, she didn't need that drama in her life. Instead, she walked beside Marcus, listening to him talk about the community garden project he was starting. And for the first time in months, she felt genuinely excited about the future. Not because of a new relationship or the promise of romance, but because she'd finally learned that the most important relationship she had was with herself, and that was worth everything. 6 months after that, Maya would open her own marketing consultancy. A year later, she'd be featured in Forbes 30 Under 30. Marcus would become a close friend, then more, but that's a different story. One built on honesty, respect, and two people who both learned what they needed before they found each other. Ryan would eventually apologize properly, and they'd exchange polite texts on birthdays. Sarah would become unexpectedly friendly with Maya, two women who'd been hurt by the same man, finding solidarity instead of rivalry. And Derek? He'd moved to Seattle, which was probably for the best. But tonight, Maya was just a woman walking to dinner, free and whole and ready for whatever came next. And that was more than enough. If you enjoyed this story, like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life drama and powerful stories. See you in the next one.